Hey everyone, my name is Millie and this is my sister Ida.
And I'm Aunt Tanya, and this is my nephew Riley.
And guess where we are today?
Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary!
Woo! Let's go see some animals. Look up in the tree, it's a lorikeet. This is Jessica, one of the wildlife officers. We have a question for her. Are these lorikeets native to Australia?
Yes, that's correct. So our lorikeets here are a native bird species in Australia, which means they only live in Australia.
What do lorikeets eat?
They tend to eat a lot of fruit. They'll find flowers in the wild, so they'll eat the nectar and the juices from the flowers. And then our lorikeets here at Lone Pine, we feed them this special lorikeet mix, which is a cereal-based sort of really sweet powder, and then we just mix it up with water and it turns into this liquid, which they absolutely love because it's so sweet. And it's actually really good for them, but it's only a really small portion of their diet. So yeah, they'll have to go out after this and actually find some fruit as well to eat.
They sound pretty hungry. Can we feed them?
Yes, we can. Let's do that.
Why do some have yellow dots and some don't?
Well, Aya, that's a really good question. If you're referring to these little green ones with the yellow spots on his chest, it's actually a different type of lorikeet. So the really colourful ones are called rainbow lorikeets. The little ones are scaly-breasted. So the spots we actually refer to as scales.
Hey, that's not a lorikeet.
That's totally correct, Millie. Those little grey dudes, they're called noisy miners. They're also an Australian bird and they like to eat the same food as the lorikeets do, so we just kind of let them eat as well.
And what about the big black one down there?
So that big black one is called a brush turkey. We've got lots of them at Lone Pine. They're a bit of a nuisance. They tend to dig up all the gardens and make a really big mess, but they too are a native Australian bird.
Jessica, do lorikeets swoop?
Lorikeets don't tend to swoop us like magpies do. They can definitely fly really close past you. So it seems like they're swooping you, but they're actually just being little acrobats and going straight past your face.
Thanks, Jessica, for showing us around. And we're off to our next adventure.
Bye!
Look guys, it's a grey kangaroo. And he likes me. You have to be very gentle when you pat them because they have very sharp claws and they can scratch you. I know a fact about kangaroos that when they bounce, they use their tail for a leg to go in the air to go faster. Look how long their tail is. Are you having a good day, Roo?
Sure, yeah, Millie. It's a glorious day out here today.
It is a beautiful day today, isn't it, Roo? He kind of likes me. He's my little mate, even though he's not very little. I love kangaroos because they're so cute. This is our friend Beck and this is Sterling.
Hi Millie, hi Aya, you're right, this is the beautiful Sterling. He's a dingo that lives here at Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. We're very glad you're visiting today.
Are dingoes only in Australia?
That's a really good question. So they originally came from over in Southeast Asia, but they've been living here in Australia for at least 4,000 years now. And they're found all over mainland Australia, but not in Tasmania.
Why not in Tasmania?
Back when they first came over, They only made it onto the mainland when there was maybe a land bridge between some of the countries in Southeast Asia and Australia, but Tasmania was already an island then, so they couldn't get from the mainland all the way over to Tasmania because they couldn't cross the big sea.
I know a fun fact about dingoes. When they were in Asia, they were actually a vegetarian.
Are they still vegetarians now in Australia?
They're not a vegetarian in Australia.
They're carnivores or meat eaters.
What do you actually feed in Australia?
He's getting some special treats today for being a good boy, and some of it is yummy chicken mince.
I bet he likes the chicken mince.
He sure does.
How old is Sterling?
Sterling is 2 years old and he's been living here at Lone Pine since he was just a little puppy.
Why do dingoes have bushy tails?
Oh, that's a really good question. So especially for Sterling, who is an alpine or an eastern dingo, it can sometimes get pretty cold at night. So that big bushy tail can act like a built-in blanket. So when they curl up to go to sleep, that big bushy tail curls up around them too and helps to keep them nice and warm.
So it's like a blanket.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beth.
No worries, Riley. I think he likes you.
Time to meet the koalas. We can't come to Lone Pine without seeing the koalas. And this is Mel, the koala queen. So Mel, why does koalas have fluffy ears?
They have fluffy ears to protect them from things like the rain and the wind and the sun.
Did you know that koalas only live in gum trees? And my other one is that koalas only were found in Australia.
That's right, they are Australian native animals.
Who gets to name the koalas up here?
All of the koalas here are named by either the keepers or sometimes by the public. If you could name a koala, what would you call it?
I will call it Fluffy. If I'd name it, I'll call it Coco the koala. Why do koalas have a little bit of a long leg?
Well, koalas are actually really good jumpers. They can jump about 1.5 meters.
How long is that?
A really big footstep and then another one.
Thanks so much, Mel. How cool was those animals? My favourite was the dingo. I love patting them. My favourite animal was the kangaroos. I love the kangaroos too. I bet you had as much fun as we did. And I smell like a koala now. See you next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.